2, Chuffy Chuffy 1 2, Chuffy Chuffy 1, Chuffy 2. That's you. You can watch this. You. So I've done that now. Let's check it's working. So I've done that now. Hopefully my voice is not dominated by the music. It has been in the past. Found out in the edit for that chuffing review of this, we were going to we'll talk. We need to talk about Pokemon. I tell you what, we need to talk about Pokemon. I've just been sitting here by the river, watching the water flow by, thinking about life, thinking about life flowing by like the water. Just going to pop out the old chat there. Thinking about life flowing by like the water. I've got so much time in life. Been completing this Pokédex, you see. Just chuffing loads of them. I thought I'd go from the top, Obsidian Fieldlands. Look at that. Nearly done. Look at that, nearly done. A lot more to do there. That's done. That's nearly done. No, just need to do a bit more there. That's done. No, you need to do a little bit more there. A little bit more there. Still quite a bit, isn't there? That's done. And then you extrapolate that out to the Mirelands, the Cobalt Coastlands. I mean, I've done the full Psyduck there. And I've got the shiny. There's still a lot to do. The Coronet Highlands. I mean, the Icelands. The entire region. But we are close. We're closing on completing Pokédex. For game terms, you don't have to do what I'm trying to do, look. That'll do. If you want to complete the Pokédex and have the game thing that you've done, that'll do, look. That'll do there. You don't have to do that. That'll do. But I'm doing that. Because it's just, 100% this chuffer. I'm going to 100% it. I haven't even seen... Well, apparently I've seen but not caught the Clefable. Rock of Ages cleft for me. It's going to take a while, isn't it? Because I've been playing for like 150 hours. I haven't put in 150 hours on stream, of course. I've not done 150 hours on stream. We've done the main story on stream. We've done about 50 hours on stream. The other 100 have been me sat in the garden or me sat in the attic. Gravekipper. Me sat in the garden or me sat in the attic. Late at night, 2 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the morning. Grinding away. Creeping around. Last night, I was doing the Abras. I just got to take it from the top. When you're doing a huge grind like this, you've just got to take it one step at a time. Just one more shot. One Pokeball at a time. So I did the Abras last night. Caught them all without being spotted. And I've got one more Scatterbang scare to knock off. And I need to see it use Teleport. Now, that's difficult seeing it use Teleport because the move takes you out of battle. So I've got a system in my brain thinking up. I've only got 10 more to do now, it doesn't matter. But at the moment, I throw out an Abra every time. And it says, do you want to fight? And I teleport it out. Bang, one more on the list. But I could just have 2 in my inventory and I could switch them, teleporting between the 2. Anyway, we're going to get that cleared. I've got them ready to evolve 3. So we'll start with the evolution party. I was just, I've got lots of Pokemon to evolve to complete this. And we'll do evolution parties at the start of every Pokemon episode. But I'm not going to bring all the creep and grind to stream. We're going to do a bit today. But I'm going to keep doing it in my free time, in my quiet time, in me you're supposed to be in bed time, because it's going to take a chuffing long time. It's just going to take a chuffing long time. We'll do some of the stuff on stream. We'll do some of the big bits. We'll have a look at, if something cool happens, I'll bring it to stream. Take some photos. We'll talk about them. But, in terms of seeing Driftbloom, what's that? Is it a Driftblim? In terms of seeing Driftblim use self-destruct 15 times, I'm just going to grab one of those in my inventory, go out into the wild, use it 15 times. It's a bit of a boring grind. You don't need to see that. These things will be ticked off in time. And it will take time, won't it? It will take time. So I was just here watching the water go by. thinking about that time, thinking about that time it's going to take. Last night I was getting cross. I almost put it down. I almost said that's enough Pokemon now forever. Because, where's my big face? The thing is, what's that? That's my jacket on a chair. It's not very professional, is it? It's not very professional having your jacket on a chair in view of the... It's not very professional. Leave that, take that and throw it on the floor. There's the chair now. You can see the chair now. That's a cushion. You don't need to see that. You can see the chair. What do you do about that? That's worse, isn't it? Now you can see the radiator when I stepped in front of that. Worse, but it'd be better when I sit down. Now you can see the table behind it. Oh, just forget it. Just forget it, you. Always complaining. Always complaining. So, I was thinking about the time that, the water flowing, thinking about the time. Because games have to respect your time in a way. It has to be fun what you're doing, doesn't it? And as long as it's fun, you keep doing it, it's fun. And I was thinking about this. I think we need to do a video about it. I think what might come of Pokemon, because I was trying to do the edit, and I've got a 3-hour video of the script, and there's only 15 minutes of script in there. I've got to find it. It's a chuffing edit. It's a chuffer of an edit. I was thinking, what am I going to say about Pokemon that everyone else doesn't say, And then I was thinking about this time aspect, because there's something really good about it. There's something really good about that huge Pokédex. That one of the things I love about Nintendo is that you can keep playing the games for a long time. Like, people are still playing Mario Kart Deluxe. They're still playing Mario Kart. Do you know what I mean? When I got Mario Kart on the SNES, and this is going to, I'll have to turn this into a script, so I don't want to say too much at the moment, but I just wanted to take you back to the time when you had your SNES or your NES or your N64 or your GameCube, and games were like 40 quid, and they didn't come out like a million every month, and there weren't 20 different systems. So, well, there were. There were, by the time you had a GameCube, there were about 20 different systems. And in that flourishing moment, the Genesis, the Atari Lynx, the Jaguar. I remember the Jaguar was going to be the big one. There was a CD machine, wasn't there, from somebody else. Anyway, as it played out, it was PlayStation. PlayStation. What happened to me, Nintendo? Oh, Nintendo are back. Super Nintendo Switch. Look, as it played out, back in the day, I remember getting a game, and it cost about 40 quid, which was a lot of money, and then you'd go home, you'd play it, and you'd play it a lot, and then you'd play it some more, and then you'd play it some more, and then the weeks would go by and you'd still be playing that game. You might swatch it out for some more Super Mario Bros. 3 every now and then. Maybe your mates would come round and you'd pop in Street Fighter 2. But if you'd had, for example, if you'd bought SimCity, you were playing SimCity for about a month long, 2 months long, before you could afford your next game. It wasn't just like games came out the sky all the time. Oh, look, there's a new game, I'll just download that. No. You have to go into the shops with your money, and it cost about 40 quid when you're a kid. So, like, games don't just, like, fall out of the sky. One of the fantastic things when I was growing up, one of the most fantastic things, was we went to... my granddad used to take us up the local shop up where he lived, up in Rubery, and up at the local shop up in Rubery, they had like a video, you remember videos? They had the videos, and you could rent the videos, and they had their own minds. They were smart people. They'd done the same for games. But they'd listen to feedback as well. And what they discovered is people wanted to play games for a month or what have you. Like I was just describing, you'd get a game and you'd play the chuff out of it. Like, that would do you for a long, long time. Month, 2 months, 3 months. You'd still be going back to it. You can't save the chuffers. The NES games I was talking about there, you can't save them, so you have to complete them in one big set. Anyway, look. So what they did at this shop is they started to do a swap shop thing. So I could take in any Super Nintendo game out of my collection in its box. Because you used to keep them in their boxes, mind. You used to keep the boxes in the box, take it in, they'd look at it, they'd check it, and they'd say, fair enough, yeah, absolutely, pick what you want and give us a tenner. So then you go up and you get a second-hand computer game, but it's still a cartridge, it still works, it's in the box, and it didn't cost 40 quid, it cost you like a tenner. You'd give up one of yours. It was a swap shop, so they were making a little bit of money just by swapping. Good for them, good for me, because as a kid, in that same amount of time it would take me to save up to buy one game and keep it and play it for like 4 months. I could have 4 different games as when I wanted, as long as I want. And I like had my worst game. Like you'd have your worst game, wouldn't you? Like maybe Killer Instinct, you completed it. Maybe do you know what I mean? You'd have your worst game out of all your cartridges. You'd line them up on your bedroom floor, or you put them in order of your best to worst. Get all your cartridges out and line them up on, about 10 maximum. That's like at the end of your collection. Like at the early days, you'd have about 4 or 5. You wouldn't have like 50 different cartridges. As you're building up your collection, you get more. Oh yeah, but like your worst one, you could swap that out and you could have anything you want. The whole thing. Find out if it's good. I loved that system. I thought it was great. I thought it was a brilliant system. And what I'm trying to drive at again is that the reason that you do that is because you'd be playing this game for a month, 2 months. You wouldn't have like this month's released games, 20 million. This month there's 20 million released new games. 20 million. All right. How many? Like I would warrant that in the days of Street Fighter 2, in the Super Nintendo days, that's a good break point. NES. Super Nintendo, N64 onwards, you start getting multiple systems, you start getting your PlayStations, but back then you were talking about Nintendo and Sega. You either had your Super Nintendo or you had your Mega Drive, your Genesis, and the games would come out about 1 or 2, maybe a month, maybe, if I remember rightly. You'd get your magazines, and this month's, it would be monthly, the magazines. The NES Super Nintendo Nintendo Magazine System, it was called, and you get the Nintendo Magazine System monthly, and so there'd be a new like cover story, but it wouldn't be like it is today. Today, if you go on the Super Nintendo store, it's me using the shop, isn't it? Grave Kipper, load me in, get me in that shop, you. I bet my face is too big. What are you playing at? Oh, I've made it small. Right, look, recent releases. Now, a lot of this is just rubbish, I would argue. There is a lot of rubbish, and we'll look at some rubbish. Look, Bus Driver Simulator Countryside, that's rubbish. We played Bus Driver Simulator, and it was rubbish. Do you remember? Check out my edits. But you've got, like, games. Look, these are all recent releases, okay? So I don't know how recent, but recent enough to be in the recent releases. Look at them. Another one that this is where you can start to find your junk is current offers. What a lot of people do is they'll put some sort of junkware onto the Switch somehow. They'll get it onto Super Nintendo Switch. So the current offers look all right. Look, these games look all right because they're on offer. Like Doom, that looks, it's a proper game, isn't it? Zoo Dentist, not so much. And then what they'll do is they'll put a sale on, so it's like worth 80p. And this is like, I can't remember what I was saying earlier. Your games would cost you 40 quid. You'd save up to buy them. They're on cartridges. There's no 40p games. There's no. And before that, on your Spectrum ZX Plus 3 and your Spectrum ZX Plus 2, you'd have tape cartridges. You might get cheaper tapes, but nowadays, on this Super Nintendo system, look, 89p racing game. It's quite like that would be better than the Mega Drive back then. It's fair play. 89p. Comic colouring book, maybe that's for some people. Sniper Hunter Scope Deluxe is like a bare bones cheap shooter game, like 89p. Crocs World. There's a lot of these cheap platformers, and the reason these are all 89p is they put a big sale on. People would, what's 89p? It's not even £1. It's not even $1. So people buy them because they're cheap. They get up on the charts because people are buying them. Charts, you're more likely to sell an 89p phone game in multiple copies than you are like an 89.99 AAA title. So these things get up the charts, and then people see them on the charts and they have a look and they buy more. And so there's a lot of this sort of like what I would describe as, I'm not saying everything here is rubbish, but there's a lot of kind of like more rubbish games. This one I think is look, this is the sort of thing. Grave Kipper. I should like this. Dracula Frames. What's it about? Dracula. Sounds interesting. It's only 89p. What is it? It's sliding puzzles. I mean, that's cheap, isn't it? Different region stores have different games too. That's interesting. That's a really good point. You're a first-time chatter, and I don't read Korean, but is that Korean? No, it's not. Is it? Or is it Chinese? Or is it, I might be offensive. I think it might be Japanese or Korean, actually. I'm veering onto Japanese. It looks very angular for Korean. I'll put you up on the screen. Look, you'll like this. There you go. Boom. You're up on the screen now. Immortalized, absolutely immortalized in the YouTube VOD. Immortalized. We are the Grave Kipper, and I immortalize people by keeping them in the videos. Yay. Thanks for being here. And it's a good point. Yeah, different stores have different games, and I can't see everything, but there's a lot of cheap rubbish. This is it's Japanese. It's Japanese. There you go. See, I knew it was. I was close. This, I mean, it's fair enough. It's a game. It's a little puzzle game, but it's very cheap, isn't it? It's kind of what I would call junkware. Someone's got it on there. It's got a bit of a Dracula thing, so you look at it, and it's not really. It's just a bit of a cheap game, isn't it? Fair enough. There's a lot of this. Look at all the look Sudoku. You need that on your Switch. You got Ludo, pool puzzles. The old. This has been on every system. A little snooker game, a little pool game. Every system, hasn't it? But this is puzzles. So, okay, interesting little game. Fair enough. It's like a little phone game. 89p. There's a bajillion of them. Right, there's a bajillion of them. A jillion. When I was a kid, you couldn't have that. You couldn't have that on your... Half of the games are dating simulators. I've got a couple of funny games like that ready, lined up to play at some point, actually, yeah. There's a lot of strange, what I would call strange concepts that maybe aren't for me, but I'm prepared to look past the fact they're strange concepts if they're properly thought out, developed games. But there's also a lot of stuff that isn't really a properly thought out, developed game that's just rubbish. So you've got all this, but then on top of the rubbish, right, on top of the rubbish, look at this, that South Park, that's a proper full game, 20 quid. That's a good deal, 70% off. You get this, so I look at the sale and I buy games off the sale. I put the things I want on my wish list and I buy things on the sale, yeah? We're going to get back to Pokemon in a minute. I'll show you how this ties into Pokemon in a minute. Don't look at my credit card, because you don't look at my credit card. Don't look at my credit card. I'm not buying you anything. This is my wish list, right? There's one of those strange games, Gothic Murder Adventure that changes destiny. I thought it looked weird, so I thought it might buy it. I put all this stuff on my wish list. Deathmark, 40 quid. I'm not paying 40 quid for that. Not paying 40 quid for that. But when it comes down on sale, I can look down this wish list. I missed the sale for Alien Isolation. They put that down quite cheap recently. And I can buy it later. You know, I can get it. My Switch is there forever, isn't it? And I can take it whenever I want out into the garden and play it in the garden. So I love picking up great games with discount. Look, there's one that 88% off. I should maybe pick that up now. You know, nice little interesting indie game. I should maybe pick that up now for 88% off, £1.50. Brilliant. How does this all play into Pokemon, right? And what I was saying about when you were a kid, you used to buy cartridges and you used to save up all that money, you know, like your pocket money. You'd go and buy a cartridge because that cartridge was there, like Street Fighter 2. I played it for like more than 3-4 years. You know, people are still playing it now. The games would last, even though you couldn't save some of them because they had replayability value. You can keep doing it, you can keep doing it, you can keep doing it. It's always fun to switch it on, have another bash. And some of them had this lastability, even though they didn't have great graphics. It was built into the game, was this idea of replayability. What we have now is something slightly different. Oh, hello, there's God. Hello, there's... Oh, it's funny that I was just looking here, thinking about time passing, and there's the God of Space. Hello. What are you doing out, God? How have you got out? How have you got out of space and time? What are you doing in the village? You'll be scaring people. I think he's got to sleep. He's got to sleep. Anyway, look. We're just over here. Don't mind us, God. Don't mind us. We're just over here. Thinking about time. So I should have got the other Pokemon out, the time-related one, shouldn't I? But that's the one I've been using. Let's get on with it. Look, so nowadays you've got a different concept. You've got a different concept all the way from, I'm just going to jump from you were a kid and the games had replayability value, like Mario, you die a lot, you keep playing it, you keep playing it, you keep playing it, to now, Mario's a bit like Dark Souls, isn't it? Now, the games have something else. The games can be saved, they can be built longer, like you could fit so much more information on a cartridge, you look for something different in a game. Now games have this other factor, which is, wait, I'm looking for this one. I've been playing it for 150 hours. You know, I've been playing it for 150 hours. They have this longevity because I've been playing it for 150 hours. I haven't seen all the Pokemon. I haven't covered every area. It's big. It's a big, long game. Big, long game. Fair play. I got this fairly soon after it came out. Big, long game. Happy with that. It's like Elden Ring, isn't it? It's like Elden Ring, isn't it? Big, long game. Big, long game. So now, in between, I need to go to my home screen. In between the little cheat games and this end, the big long game, you've also got all this other stuff. Actually, I don't need to go to the shop, do I? Because I can show you on this. You've also got all these other games, right? This is all my software by total playtime. So obviously I've played Fortnite a lot because it's been out forever. Hasn't it? So it's not been out forever. It's not been out. I've watched more YouTube than I have Fortnite. I play a lot of FIFA. I have done since 2018. Pokemon Legends is now up there on that list. It's 150 hours. So you can judge. Anything above that is plus 150 hours. Anything below it is 150 hours sub. And Dark Souls was about 150 hours. It's around about that. Same with Stardew Valley. I put my hours in there. Attack on Titan. I've played the monkeys off that. Splatoon. You can see some of these games like Splatoon and FIFA, they never end. Fortnite never ends. But of course, Attack on Titan ended. Stardew Valley, I had to put it down. Otherwise, my brain would break. Diablo, I got fed up with it. I've got all these other games. Look, Tony Hawk's. Firewatch is a good example. What the Golf, Green Hell. Loads of interesting indie titles here. Look, Firewatch, Green Hell. Interesting stuff that I want to spend some time playing. But now in the modern world, I haven't just got 5-8 cartridges. Yeah, DLC, absolutely. DLC as well. Some of these games have got DLC that came out that I never went back to play. I just couldn't bring my brain to, go back there. All of these games, some of these at the bottom we haven't played yet. Graveyard Keeper, Gardens Between. We're going to do a stream about Kukiyomi. Consider it. We're going to do a stream about that very soon. But what's holding us back from doing that is that in the world where I live, Pokeworld, right, I still got a chuffing bajillion Pokemon to fact find and complete. I don't have to complete them that in depth. I don't have to do every tick. But you've put a little box there. I have to do every tick. I can't help it. So I'm going to be doing this for ages. Fair enough. In one way, that's really good. In one way, that's really good. Like, well done, Pokemon. Well done, Pokemon. Well done, Pokemon. I see your game. Well done, Pokemon. I see you. Like a lot of games, World of Warcraft, a lot of the MMOs now, New World, Hearthstone even, they want you to be there in their game. The reason they want you to be there in their game, it means read the atmosphere, you should be here for that stream. Look forward to that stream. I'm going to be doing it soon. I might do it on YouTube, I might do it here. It's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? Different game. I'll come to it in a minute. We're not doing it today, but we will do it very soon. Because what I'm saying is that well done, Pokemon. Some games want you to be in their game. Like World of Warcraft wants you to be in Azeroth. Final Fantasy wants you to be in wherever the hell that takes place. They want you to live there. They want you to be in there. They put all these other mini games and things around, so you spend your time in that environment. And the reason they want you to, these days, we're talking metaverse. Remember, we're talking metaverse. If you're spending your time in an environment, then you might buy the hat. You might get the skin. I've certainly got some Fortnite stuff. I never bought a skin. I bought a battle pass once. It's only a few quid, isn't it? I bought the battle pass once. So they've had a bit of money off me. It was a free game, but I spent time there, and the longer I spent there, the more I decided in the end I'll spend a little bit of money. 2 reasons. One, I felt fair play. I've had my use of the game. You can have a bit of my money. But also, it's just the thing, isn't it? It's only a little $9.99. Everyone's running around dressed up like a banana. A little bit of personality, individuality. We like to express ourselves. We buy a little thing. You go up on holiday, you go to the Eiffel Tower in France, and you buy a little thing of the Eiffel Tower, like a little souvenir. People spend money on all sorts of rubbish, don't they? And it's digital stuff. So if they have you there long enough, you buy more digital stuff. It's a bit like running a theme park for some of these games. Now, some games, because of that, they really want you to stay there. They put in mechanics that make you stay there. Like, why don't you just do another 5 of these? If you just collect another 10 of them, I'll give you a little bit of this. And if you get 10 little bits of this, I'll give you one of them. And, you know, you just spend a bit more time, and you spend a bit more time. And the more time you spend... Sorry, I've got the chat window turned off. There you are. Yeah, look, you buy souvenirs. Yeah, exactly. I do as well. We all do. We're natural humans. So the more time you spend somewhere, the more little bits of money you might spend as well. And certainly if you're a subscriber to something like World of Warcraft, then you've already paid for a subscription, so you've overcome that boundary of paying money to them. You've got an account, you've got a little button that says give them more money. Easy to press that. Make it easy for them to spend. So more time equates to more money. But for a game like Pokemon, that's not the case. I love Nintendo. I've loved them all my life because they've made games like Sonic looked brilliant. Mega Drive, NES. Like my NES had Mario 3. My mate had Sonic. Sonic looked brilliant, but Sonic was finished, and I didn't really feel like going over and round the rings again. But Mario had a bit more length and depth, a bit more depth. Could play that. People are still playing it now. People are still playing Sonic, maybe, but you know, come on, Mario. It's about this replayability, and it's called, like, in my opinion, value, like replayability value, because Nintendo charged the same for a cartridge as every other company. But hopefully, what they tried to build in my thinking, I hope, you know, it's what I felt from them, was that you could still be playing it. And lo and behold, some of the games are still being played today, a lot of them. So Pokemon isn't asking you for money for a new hat. You know, it's not asking you for a subscription to Pokemon World. You buy it outright, and you've got hours and hours and hours of enjoyment. All right, I'm going to put enjoyment in inverted commas for the minute. If you played WoW, you'll know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's enjoyable and sometimes it's a grind. And sometimes the grind is enjoyable and I actually grind to relax. You know, that's cool. But sometimes the grind is just like a chore that you're having to do. So is it enjoyable to do chores? Now, in the real world, no. You're not going to get me washing the dishes. You're not going to get me making my bed. I'm not going to go outside and clean the windows. I'm not going to chuff and well clean my car with a sponge. Like, chores are horrible. Leave me alone. I want to play video games. But when I get in the video games and I'm doing chores, like a lot of these quests around here, like that cherrim's only up there because I ran around the village asking people questions and hanging cherrims up. Cherub, whatever it's called. The chingly chim. Jingle jingles. It's like a chime jingles, chimney. That Pokemon is up there because I did a lot of running around. Now it's like a little chore, and at some point the chores are fun. You know, they're fun, and at some point they're like chores. And there's it's a hard balance sometimes, and it's gaming, and maybe that is gaming, and you know, philosophy. Look, I'm back here looking at the water pass, the time pass. You know, there's an idea that games should be respectful of your time these days, because some games like WoW, I'm going to use WoW as an example because I know that Blizzard, they looked at the metric, they got like people in offices with computers to look at how people play computers. You know, they like did the measurements, they measured the time, the engagement metrics, that what if we give them this chore to do, how do they respond, and how many hours do they put in, and stuff like that. They know, and they know how to twist your or use psychological tricks to manipulate your behaviour to get more time out of you, to make you give more. And is that respectful of your time? I don't know. It depends what they want. If they just want to sort of like keep you there so you spend money, oh no. But if they're giving you more and more enjoyment, if they're saying if this is what you enjoy, going around and collecting Pokemon and finding things and, you know, doing little chores and what have you, then here's loads of it. Then that's good. But there's a little difference. Back in the day, you'd have a game that would finish. Wouldn't you? You'd have a game that would finish. These days, you don't have a game. Like Mario, you'd finally get to Bowser. You'd finally get there. You'd beat Bowser and you say, well, that took me like, you know, several, for me, growing up, years. You know, going from like, I don't know, when I was a kid, when I first played Mario. And then, you know, it was difficult. No, it took me a few years. But I eventually did complete Mario Bros. 3. But it was like, it was realistically, it was a shorter game, wasn't it? It was a shorter game. But these days, this game goes on and on and on. It's long. Now, it's good because it's Pokemon, I've only paid for it once. It's not Blizzard trying to waste my time here. Like, we're using them as an example. Too grindy, you know, instead of making content. But there's an element of that here, because it almost feels sort of, and I'll get rid of my big face, Super Nintendo Switch. It almost feels sort of like having to see the thing use ancient power 40 times, and then once I've evolved it, having to see the evolved form use Bug Buzz 40 times, and see it use it in its strong tile 40 times, is a little bit like, just, why don't we just give them a big number? Like, just give them a big number. Look, Wishcash, I've seen it use 32 strong style moves, well done, but I've still got to see it use Mud Bomb 25 times. And then you think, right, I've got to do that, and I've got to do that for every single Pokemon. And there's 250 Pokemon, and just by the nature of how long it takes to do a Baby Doll Eyes, times that by 40, times it by 200. I haven't done the mathematics. They're trying to divide the working classes by making us hate the masses when we should hate the masters. Sorry, that's just my little rhymes. I haven't done the mathematics, but it's going to take a chuffing long time. Now, if you're a younger version of me, and you're, you know, after school, you're in your bedroom and you're bored, and you've got this to do, brilliant. Do you know what I mean? That could be a friend. A friend? What do I mean, a friend? I mean, honestly, when I was young, video games offered me a wealth of solace and a mental break from a difficult life. Do you know what I mean? A mental break from a difficult life. And I had friends, because of computer games, they would come over and play them. We'd play computer games together. But also, Nintendo, its persona, it's always being there. They're very careful with the way they behave as well, Nintendo, aren't they? They're not in your house, like, shooting guns and murdering people like Grand Theft Auto and PlayStation. They're making sure that nobody swears in front of your children. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've been quite a good friend over the years, in a nice way. Like, it made me feel comfortable. So having that there for 40 different runs of each one of these, God, that's a lot. That's a lot. They put it in there. It's good. It's a lot. But also, there's a part of me that thinks I have to do it, and it's like if I had if I didn't have and I don't have obsessive compulsive disorder, and I'm not suggesting that obsessive compulsive disorder is something to laugh about, but people who have compulsions and the need to fill in every box and the desire to complete things, which is part of what computer gaming offers us, you know, you're setting them up for a right grind. I've got to catch 10 of these, and I've got to see it use Dark Pulse 40 times. On top of this, and I've already done 100 hours. So I was saying at the start, I'm not going to do this all on stream, but I am going to do it. But what's interesting about that, you chuffers, now I'm looking at you like you're a big chuffer, you, aren't I? Time and space. You might have a lot of time and space, but, you know, what's interesting is that in the rest of the world, look, I have completed Tony Hawk's, but in the rest of the world, I've got Graveyard Keeper, I've got Consider It. We're going to move on and play other games. Being in a game world for that 3 months, maybe it's because I'm streaming, maybe it's because I feel that we need to, I'm not going to be a Pokemon streamer forever, because, I mean, how do I say that? What I'm trying to say here is, if I just played this on stream, if every time I played this, I played it on stream, I could only be a Pokemon streamer, because there's so much there, like in this game, there's so much there that it would take up all my time, all of it. And bear in mind, I don't have to go to school now. I could sit here and play all day, and it still take up all my time, right? And then, on top of that, this has happened. Hang on, what am I doing? Then on top of that, this has happened. Now, I don't know about this until... I haven't looked at this yet. So we're going to look at this now. And this is my honest reaction. I haven't looked at this yet. I've realised there was an update, because it said, do you want to update the game? There's an update. And I said, no, I'm in the middle of playing. Leave me alone. I only paused it. And now I think I should have had the update. We're going to have to look into it. Maybe I have updated it, because it says I'm on the most up-to-date version when I check the store. Anyway, let's see what this says. Because we're not even finished. We bought it near close to release. We saved up our pocket money and bought it. And now... what's this? There's a whole load of them. They're new. They're like catties. What are they? I have seen one of those penguin things, so maybe I have got this update. All these people, what's going on? Are the new quests? These are all it's all the assets just being reused to make it look like an animation. Because they're really cheap for some reason, even though they've got 90 million quid. But look, there's several of them. Several alphas, like 4 alphas all together. There's my dudes. Pokemon Legends, Arceus, mate, Arceus. In the UK, if you say arse, it means you bum. So we call it Arceus. Software update, Daybreak. Available later today. So they've updated it. So there's going to be DLC for sure, because they're updating it with software updates, which is like preparation for a DLC, isn't it? And I don't know what it means. I just think it means more content. I don't know what this is. What is this? They're the gods. Again, I've got those gods in my Poke pastures. Not so important now, are they, those gods? Right? So we're saying more Pokemon. You've got more hats. There's another Pokemon, Darkrai or something. I don't know. Look, basically, they did an update. And they've released this. Now, I haven't seen this, bear in mind. And everyone else, when they watches these, they have these reactions. They're like, oh my God, that's brilliant. My reaction to that update wasn't like, oh my God, that's brilliant, bear in mind. It was kind of cool to see multiple alphas. But it just made me think, hang on. I haven't even finished yet. It's like someone's coming to... You're eating your dinner. It's like you're eating your dinner. And you're halfway through your dinner. And they're bringing around the desserts. They've got the desserts on like a trolley. And you're like, well, hang on. Oh, because... Do I need to take my dessert now? Because I want it. But I want it later. I don't want it now. If I have my dessert now... Because I'm halfway through... I haven't finished my dinner. Right? I haven't finished my dinner. So do I take... Am I going to miss out on the desserts? What's happening? I don't know. Then they do this. This is... I haven't seen this. I just know it. I've seen like that it's in the news. So here we go. Let's watch this for the first time. This is my honest reaction. It's real life. This is where the money's been spent. Wait, can I pause it? Yeah, this is where the money's been spent. I'm always complaining when I'm playing Pokemon Arceus that they could have put a bit more... Like, they've got a lot of money. They make $90 billion a year or whatever in Pokemon Company. Whatever they're called. Poke Games. Game Freak. They make a chuff load of money. They should give another chunk of that to setting up maybe another huge like building with loads more people in it so they can fill out all the stuff. They don't need to. The games sell. They don't need to do that. That costs money. But why don't we polish up the game and fill it full of... No, don't worry. Like, the games sell. Where are the cutscenes in the game? I keep blacking out. Where are the cutscenes in the game? Where's the animations? We don't need to employ... They employ people. There's loads of people like young game designers that could work in the Pokemon company as animators. They'd love it. You could have one of those... You know, you got all that money. Have one of those offices where they've got bean bags and dartboards and stuff. You know, you don't have to come to work if you don't want to. Oh, I'm working from home today because I just feel like it. Good on you. Bring your dog in if you want. You know, that sort of office. They could have that. And this is where the money's been spent, though. You don't have this in the game. You don't have this in the game, do you? I black out. You don't have all these cutscenes, animations. No, this is top dollar, this. Film. It's a film. I'm watching look at that! I'm watching a Pokemon film. It's a proper... They've paid proper people to make this. Good cinematography. That's their offices, Game Freak. Look, oh, it's got a script for this. More of a script than chuffing Pokemon. The god come out of the sky and my brain broke. Arceus. Look, anyway, look, they got a script for this. I don't know what's happening. Is it God? No. It's an old room. An old room. Like an attic. What's the security... Wait. If you're the security guard, number of things here. Number one, what are you doing going in the office? Are you securing the office? Or are you just having a look around? You're the security guard. Are you being paid to poke about? Hey, right? I'm not sure it's laziness or switches into... That's a really good point. But you can get more out of it if you put more money into it, you know? If you put more people in the team and stuff like that. I do wonder whether they've decided to say, okay, we've got 200 Pokemon. they've got animations, so we can't have animations for the rest of the game. I wonder whether they've said that. But then again, I did run around the entire Breath of the Zelda world, and it all seemed to work. And like, there weren't 200 Pokemon in it, but do you know what I mean? I just think you could get more out of it if you put a bit more money and time in. And I'm sure that whether it's laziness or the power of the Switch, either, if you put more money and time in, you get a bit more out, I'm sure. And the amount of money that goes on in these things. Anyway, for the love of the game, you know, for the love of the craft of the game, for the love of it. This fella, what's he doing now? He's supposed to be securing the place. He's taking a nose around. You're sacked, mate. Oh, what's that? Jurassic Park? Harry Potter? What's going on here, look? What's going on here? Wait. That, like, my jaw actually dropped. Like, my jaw actually dropped. What's this? It looks like the Huisi region, but look, it was buildings. I'm shocked. I had to knock it off for a second because I felt like a bit physically sick. It's not, is it? This is not a new Pokemon Scarlet Violet. Scarlet and Violet are not opposed. Scarlet and Green are opposed on the colour wheel, so it should be Scarlet Green. But what? He's gone in. He's a security guard. I mean, I don't know what that's about. I don't know what this is about. I don't know what this whole part. Why did they film all that? That's all rubbish. They need to bin that off. Start with this. What the chuff is this? Is that a whole... Wait. Super Nintendo Switch. Look at the size of it. Is that what's happened now? Have we established ourselves and it's grown into this? Is that what's happened? From Arceus, we set the seed. You know, we built the first establishments, and now this. That's how I'm feeling this looks like. Look at it. It's like an institution. Look at it. Is that what the region's grown to now? Oh no. I saw all the Pokemon. There's Pokemon flying. There's wind pack. Look at it. Flying cherries. This is the future, isn't it? We've been playing in the past. We've been playing at early doors. There's cherrims and little petally Psyducks. No, it's all the same assets, but another huge, bigger game, isn't it? It's not, is it? They're all the same assets. Either Either this is DLC or free in with what I've got, because I've already paid for this. I've already collected truffing 40 combis. I've already I'm not going to swear, but I've already seen those Drifloons do like 40 chuffing balloon pops or whatever. I've already done this. But I haven't finished yet. I've still got my dinner in front of me. My dinner's still warm. I haven't finished it. What's this? This is tomorrow's dinner. I haven't even had my dessert. My dessert went past on the trolley earlier. Multiple things. My dessert went past on the trolley earlier. What's this? New Pokemon. Beach Pokemon. There's Pikachu. He's the main one. That fella up there's got no hair. It's like a vibrant townscape. Is it like an MMO? What's going on? There's Happily or Chasney or someone. There's a snake Pokemon. There are more Pokemon. There's even more exciting. That looks like the Pokemon I've been collecting, but with better graphics. That's Luxray. What's that? What's this? No. Houses and wash it. Look at it. I've just paid 40 quid to run around and collect all the Pokemon in a world bereft of life. No houses and no washing, mate. No Breath of the Wild, mate. Just running around in the bare bones out there. It's the mainline games, a follow-up to Sword and Shield. Right, yeah, right. Okay, so hands up, hands up here. Hands up. I must confess, I have not played any Pokemon games all my life until Arceus. When the Game Boy games came out, it was just a little bit after my time. A little bit after my time. My Game Boy was already rotting in a drawer at that point. I was already on to, like, you know, trying to steal a car and shoot a gun. Don't steal cars or shoot guns. It was a joke. You know, I was already trying to just, you know, put crack up my nose and inject heroin into my eyes. Don't do either of those things. It was a joke. I was already on to being naughty, so Pokemon held no core for me at that point. But I've come because Pokemon has been there throughout the ages. This new Arceus is referred to as like Breath of the Wild. I love Breath of the Wild. I love Breath of the Wild. You cut me, I bleed green. I'm a Kokiri warrior. You know, I love Breath of the Wild. I exist in Hyrule. I exist in Hyrule. So, I'm a Hylian, Hyrulean, whatever. Like, when you said this was like that, I'm there. I'll have a look. Let's go. You know, Arceus is unique. Fair enough. Arguably, fair enough. That's what they said. This is what they said. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. But don't then, in about... Surely, when's this coming out now? Because I've already... Look, she's got a proper face. They've got faces and tellies and... That's my Nintendo... It's not my Nintendo Switch. My Nintendo Switch is... it's the earliest model you can get, and it's got a big crack in the front. But other than that, it's very similar. And the Joy-Cons probably work on that one, don't they? It's this old dusty room again. What's going on? What's going on? Berries? Berries, I need to collect all the berries. I've got 500 orange berries, I'll have you know. What am I collecting them for? What's the security guard doing? Get back on the job, mate. Stop messing... Green Catty! Painted in watercolours. Right, now I will argue that I do think that I've got a number of things to say about this in my reaction. This is my live reaction. In Pokemon Arceus, me, you, us, the main character, we've had a mental breakdown. Like, we've had a mental breakdown. I was walking in the woods, in real life this is, out there with my dog, with my phone. Yeah? With my phone. And something bad happened, bang my head, whatever, I don't know. I've had a mental breakdown. I'm in the woods. I've lost my shoes. It's day, it's night, it's day. I've lost control. I'm eating some berries I shouldn't eat. And I think I can talk to God on my phone. And God's telling me I've got to catch all the Pokemon. You know, that's the only way to explain the story in the Pokemon Arceus. Because you fall out of the sky and you're in Pokeworld and you've got a phone and no one else has got a phone. And you're in your normal clothes, your t-shirt, your shorts. No one else has got a t-shirt. And then... The phone and God itself has told you to collect all the Pokemon, and then when you get there in the village, they're like, oh, we're setting up a thing to catch Pokemon, and we're not very good at it, and I'm a professor, and I'm not very good at catching Pokemon, can you help? And you're like, that's interesting, because God's just told me via my phone, and because I was up in heaven and stuff, that I need to catch them, so we're in on this together, let's go. And then you just sort of go with it, but all the way, aren't you thinking, you know, what's going on? Because in real world, I've fallen out the sky, and I need to get home. And I've got a phone, but I can't call my mom. Like, I need to get home. Like, at no point does anyone say, we'll help you get home. We'll stick our head up in the crack in the sky and help you get home. They don't say that. They're quite happy with chuffing it off. At one point, they get cross with you, and I was very disappointed. So, the only way I can get, you know, maybe my character has had some sort of mental breakdown. Maybe that's the subplot. I don't know. But now, it's been proven. He's in this old dusty room. There's no light coming out of a painting, is there? He's having an episode. He's having an episode. Whoa. Oh, I went in that room and something got up my nose and I started to get confused and I had a bit of a breakdown, I think, because for a moment there I thought I was in Pokeworld. Pokemon Scarlet and Red. So yeah, I haven't played all the old games. I know they come out fairly consistently, and I know that's a good thing because, you know, you catch them all and you've sort of done with it, and it's got a shelf life. And, you know, for the Game Boy to keep releasing like they call it a franchise, don't they, in a way, you know, to have a continual scheduled release of a new one of these every so many. Lovely thing about Nintendo, looking forward to the new Zelda game every few years. Brilliant. You know, brilliant aspect, love it. But at least let us finish the last one. At least, how am I ever going to play it? I haven't got time to finish it at the moment because I want to play. And let's be fair, there are other games. Taking this all the way back. Let's finish the trailer. It should be Scarlet and Green. Green is the opposite of Scarlet. There they are. I mean, this is it now. The trumpets and stuff. It makes me think. It makes me think that from now on you're going to get a big new, because they don't have to. Same with Breath of the Wild. You've got all the assets. You've got all the Pokemon. You've got everything coded. You've got the world. Just let's make a new one. Let's make a new one. You know, it's I can see how that can be easy, and you can put a new one out each year and push that. Brilliant. 2022. That's this year. That's this year. Are you stupid? What are they doing in Game Freak? They've had too much coffee. In Game Freak, are they playing their own games? How on earth is anyone going to be able to complete what we're doing now? I mean, I bet there are. I bet there are people on the internet. I bet there are people on Twitch that play Pokemon every day for like 8 to 10 hours a day, and they've caught all the Pokemon. But the rest of us normal people, I mean, I'm a streamer. I'm playing it for 8 hours. The rest of us people that actually, because, you know, sometimes I have other obligations like walking the dog and pleading. No. Please, no. You know, I have to do some things in this underworld of mine. The Grave Kipper. I have to do some things in life, but, you know, I've tried my hardest to play Pokemon all hours God sends. I ain't going to catch... I want to catch them all. Respect my time. Just, this is silly. This is now silly. And I don't know, I thought the other games, what's good if you get a new game, like you have a Game Boy and then you have the Game Boy Color. Oh, brilliant. I'll buy it again now because it's colour. And then you have the one on the Super Nintendo and you have the one on the Xbox. Sorry, not the Xbox. the small box, the GameCube. And then you have one, you know, every system should have a Pokemon. Absolutely. New technology, new Pokemon game. Brilliant. You've got an open world one. It's on the Switch. I can take it with me on the Switch. It's like everything I ever wanted when I was a kid. You know, I wanted these big, expansive games. And I used to love the Game Boy. I never imagined the Game Boy would be powerful enough to be my main console. And I'd take it with me, like, on an airplane and play it. And it'd be chuffing my main, you know, the main, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But don't stuff it down my throat like it's like someone's come round at Christmas dinner and you haven't even had your potatoes and they've took your plate away. It's time for your Christmas pudding. You grab your spoon, you pour the custard on, vegan custard. You pour the custard on, and that's gone. Because it's time for your next big meal. What? I haven't even had time to poo it out. Digest it? Not at all. No, not even put... Like, this is silly. This is silly now. What it makes me feel is anxious. It makes me feel anxious that I'm not doing Pokemon properly, that I'm not doing it quick enough, that there's something wrong with me, that... I should have completed my Pokédex by now. I mean, like Alakazam is research level 5, and I only need to do a couple of little things to clear that off. Maybe I should be looking at that instead of trying to get 15 more of these to leap out of trees. That's complete, but I want it perfect. It's got to be perfect. I don't want... So if I don't perfect this before I move on to the next game, when am I going to come back and do this? You got to pick and choose which ones you want to play, yeah. I waited for a while to pick on that comment then, because I think that's the point when I come back to it, you used to pick and choose what, now we're back now I'm going to calm down a bit, because Pokeworld helps me to relax. It used to, until I saw those trailers. I like coming, like, Breath of the Wild was beautiful for this. I like coming to a place that I like to be in. Like, they designed it, didn't he? He designed it as... what's his name? Satoshi Nakamoto, was it? Or am I getting confused with Bitcoin? Anyway, he designed it as a game where Zelda was a beautiful garden that you can come and spend time. And you know, I like being in these environments, so I've got time to do that. Absolutely, it's good for my mental health to just chill and catch some Pokemon. Oh, God's asleep. Yeah, but Jesus, don't pressure me. Don't put a deadline on me now. Don't ruin it by, not respecting my time and instead demanding my money for another release. It looks good, the new game. I'd rather you left it for another year, really, worked on it and perfected it, and give me a chance to catch some of these Pokemon and to be ready for the next game. Because in the meantime, Breath of the Wild's going to come out. You know, getting everything perfect will take time. Yeah, even I agree. Just getting it to level 10 is the point of the game. It doesn't ask you to complete it all, but even that is a long time. And even then, like, why would they put these numbers at the end? Why give you a box to tick, if not to compel you to tick it? It's to give it that longevity. It's to give it that lastability. To mean you can come here and run around and still achieve things for, you know, maybe a year or 2 or 3. That Nintendo, you know, longevity, but it's kind of artificial in the World of Warcraft way. It's kind of a bad grind. Oh God, don't even get me started. Okay, do you want to see this? You want to see this? Shinies, I'm not so lucky at. I haven't completed every aspect of the game yet in order to get that shiny meter up. We've still got to go and talk to the people in head office and actually finish the story mode finally. Because I do such a lot of grinding, and I should be doing that on today's stream, but instead of talking about this, but this is my pastures, yeah. So I'm compelled. This is intake. This first couple. This is where we put the new intake, and then I'm compelled to sort them into. I want 3 of each sex, and then I evolve them up based on which ones I think are best to evolve. So I've got a lot of these Pokemon arranged. Probably not if you're not new. You know, if you're good at Pokemon, you think, why has he put the Sneasels in with the AP bombs? But it's because of the colour. I like the colour. You know, I'm organising by colour there. And I've ended up just collecting and saving and grinding with and evolving. You know, lots. There's my first shiny, a Psyduck. I've only got the Psyduck. I saw in all my time, in all these 150 hours, I've only seen that and the Cricketot. And the Cricketot got away because I'm an idiot. So there, I've got a Psyduck. But bear in mind, that's another layer. I want every single Pokemon in shiny. I won't be content with just completing the game. I now know there's this other thing I can do. I want all the shinies, all of them. It's just part of my compulsion, like as a player, as a whale. Like in Hearthstone, I had to get every card, every expansion. It cost me some money eventually. And I started thinking, hang on, I'm chasing these cards, and then they bring out new cards. So I can't afford to keep chasing them. Like, they can just keep bringing them out. I'll never win. It's the same here, though. It's very similar here. I've got that one shiny, but I want them all in shiny. And eventually, if you give me enough time and don't put other games out, I will. If I was a kid, and this was back when I was a kid, you know, if I was... wait, my relaxing music's... Where's my relaxing music? Replay that. It's nice relaxing music. When I was a kid, if you'd have given me Pokemon when I was a kid, and I wouldn't have had to save up my pocket money for so many games. I'd have played the chuff out of it. I wouldn't have... They couldn't have released a new one every year, so I wouldn't have had to go and buy a new one every year. But I could see why they were so compelling, and, you know, why they were so successful on the Game Boy and all that. But imagine having this when you were a kid. Like, it was so good, brilliant. But now I'm a bit more grown up, and I want to do more things with my time. It's just a little bit annoying. I feel like they're cheating me in a way. Because it's not just that. Wait, we haven't even seen the alphas, have we? It's not just that. So I got these, I got all these. I'm starting to release them. In real life, I'm a vegan. And what I actually do is want to release things into the wild because I don't want to capture Pokemon and I don't want to force them to fight. I think there's a bad ethical edge. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it because it's only a game, but it is a bit of a bad ethical edge. And they even discuss ethics in this game. The ethics of Pokemon husbandry and whiffery. They discuss it in the game. So, you know, when I'm finished with this, I'm going to release every single Pokemon. Out of principle. But, you know, I'm collecting. These are my alphas now. Oh, this is my special ones. Look, I've got all the unknowns. That's another layer. Collect all them. Then get all the wisps. Then go around on that bear and get all the notes from under the ground. And then get all the... Like, Jesus. Have I not done enough chores for you now? Have I not sorted all your problems out, Poketown? These are all my alphas. These are all alphas. And I don't know if I need to collect regular Pokemon anymore, because alphas are better, aren't they? But, you know, if there's things to collect, then, damn it, I'll be collecting them. These are all alphas. I mean, I'm never going to use these Rapidash. There's too many of them, but I want to rank them all up as well. That's another thing. Once I've done with all this, I want to rank all of the Pokemon up to level 99. You know, it's there to do. And then release them all. So look, I've got loads. Yeah, the riddles are fun. It was fun, absolutely. I'll just quickly say about Hearthstone. I totally agree as well. They tried to keep me in that place to take my money. Remember, they're trying to keep me in that Hearthstone world, and the way they did it was not by making Hearthstone good, but by making more and more game modes and battlegrounds and, you know, pictures of people to play. Yeah, I don't want all that. I want you to make the card game good and reduce the number of cards you release every year. In my opinion, you could do Hearthstone with one expansion a year, but maybe a new legendary every month. One new legendary each month, just to shake up the meta a bit and to make new ideas, you know, flourish. But you don't have to force me to buy £300 worth of cards every 3 months. No, you don't have to. And it made it worse. So I gave up. It was like, I'd rather have a crack habit. I'd rather smoke crack. And this is, I'm joking, of course, Twitch. Don't kick me off Twitch. But I'd rather, because it'd be better for my health and cheaper, you know, than have to pay Hearthstone $600 a month or whatever it was, just for the new cards and the stress of having to ladder up. And yeah, in terms of money makers, I think they're confused because you'd make more if you were, like, imagine the position. I'm just going to quickly take this point and then we'll get back onto the unknowns. But imagine the power of being the esport, the card game. You know, the longevity. We're talking long term. I'm not talking this year I've sold 3 expansions. I'm talking 10 years, people are still playing my game, and it is the card game. You know, when people talk about soft drinks, it's the Coca-Cola. When people talk about fighting games, is it CSGO or is it COD? I mean, when people talk about first-person shooters, I mean, fighting games, obviously it's Street Fighter 2, isn't it? Is it? I don't know. You know, it might be Smash. But you know what I'm saying? Becoming a big, important brand and respected, reputable, running an esport as well. Like, esports are going to be the future, aren't they? They're going to be the future. So you have that opportunity, or you could try and milk your audience for money as much as possible. And short-term gains ruin that long-term position. And it's happening. You know, WoW and Hearthstone are dying off. There's different factors at play with WoW, maybe because back then it was, I believe you had to be committed to be on the internet. You had to be committed. Not everyone had the internet, and not everyone had, you know, the ability to even play online with their friends. So you had to be committed, and if you were that committed, that was the game you were committed to. Because market leader, like, this big brand like this, like, you know, the doing it properly, giving people what they want, and not trying to milk them. But yeah, things have changed, haven't they? Things have changed. Maybe things will change now. Microsoft own that, and things will change in the future. Gaming will change. But this is part of what we're saying today, isn't it? It's what we're saying. But yeah, Hearthstone, I feel like they've still got the opportunity to gather up the right, you know, to do things in the right way and gather up their ideas a bit better, to stop milking us for cash and start trying to produce like, people are still playing chess, they're still playing tennis. Like, you don't have to reinvent the wheel every year, but you could have, like, imagine FIFA, like, you know, FIFA, not the game now, but the actual company that run the football rules, they make a lot of money off football, don't they? Because everyone knows the rules, it's the same for everyone enjoys it. That's how sports develop. A bit of uniformity, a bit of easy access for everyone, and then people all get involved, and then it becomes this huge thing that everyone can do, because anyone can access it and everyone can do it. The minute you start charging people for card sets and, you know, making it pay to win or any of that, you spoil this bigger thing that it can be. And that's a real shame, because in 10 years, 20 years time, someone will be running the esports. You know, the esports scene will have like 5 main, you'll get updates, you'll get new games that flourish, and, you know, Among Us is popular, whatever, but you'll have like FIFA will be FIFA. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'll get Splatoon, maybe as an example, will be Splatoon for a long time. And if they can keep that continuity, obviously improve over years, obviously technology improves. Football's not the same now, not the same as it was. You know, it changes, doesn't it? It improves and gets better, but it's still football. Do you know what I'm saying? those core things, and that you're more powerful if you're in that position than if you're reinventing your idea every year and trying to make another $50. You know, you become football, or you throw it away. Anyway, with all that in mind as well, these unknowns, I've said this before on stream, I agree, these unknowns are fun to find, and the wisps are fun to find, and like in Zelda, my Korok seeds and what have you, but the game is about going around and finding things and listing them and cataloguing them. So like there's only, like, that's another layer of things to find, and then there's another layer of things to find, and another layer of things. Yeah, it's good. Like, remember, I'm saying good for giving us this longevity, but also it's just making me do the same chores over and over again. Oh, I finished finding all the Pokemon. Well, here's some more Pokemon for you to finish finding. You know? What? Finished going everywhere and looking for wisps. Yeah, we'll go everywhere again on this bear and see if you can dig things out of the ground. What? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that on the bear. I don't want to do that on the bear. I've already been everywhere. Don't make me go around it again, because I haven't even finished my dinner and you're bringing out a new game. And that all boils down to this thing about time and what have you. Yes, I'm going to finish this. I cannot not complete this. I have to finish this. Every tick in that book. And I will be doing so. I'll be sat in my attic, which is, I've got 2 places I'm allowed to smoke. In the attic, out the window at the top. And in the garden, the old grave kipper. Little fag end hanging out his mouth, cigarette end. Don't get me kicked off Twitch, that's a colloquialism in the UK. And playing a bit of Pokemon, yeah, grinding it out. But also, big scheme of things, I want to, I've done Tony Hawk Pro Skater off stream now, but on stream, I want to play Kukiomi. I'm going to be playing that tomorrow, either on YouTube or on Twitch. Possibly YouTube. I want to see what it's like to stream and game on YouTube. In the daytimes at 3 o'clock. I'm Ganji Kid on YouTube. You can always find me there. Every VOD gets put up there, and we do some edits as well. So make sure to have a look out for me look for me on the old internet. Make sure you have a look for me on the old internet. Look, if I do this and I do web browsing, the browser window, and on the browser window, that's the relaxing music we're listening to. It's from Metroid today and all the GameCubes. But if you want, you can look in there. I am Ganji Kid, and it's got my own channel. What are those numbers? You don't need to know about those numbers. We were watching a boxing match and doing the boxing. There's Ganji Kid on the YouTube. You can find it there. I'm the Grave Kipper. I'm Ganji Kid. We upload all of the streams, all of them, everything, all of it. All of it's there. We've got other channels with edits. That's me shilling for myself. You're allowed to shill for yourself. You're supposed to. Anyway, we're going to be playing other games, yeah? Well, I can't play other games because I'm only allowed to play this game. And I haven't finished my dinner, and they're bringing out the new game before the end of this year. I've got to hurry up and finish my dinner. So what the hell's going to happen? I'm going to end up just playing more games and other things on stream. I'm going to do these 2 next. Graveyard Keeper and Cookie Miyomi to consider it. And we've got the Gardens Between. Yeah, we've got that coming up. That's an interesting indie game that I want to play. And I'm going to show you some other games that we need to finish. Vegan Green Hell. Got to find a way of fitting that in. I think in the summer I'll feel more like it, because it'll be like a year since we played it. But there's another game about someone. Nino Kuni is a game about a kid who's having a mental breakdown. We've got to have a look at that. A lot of these are old games that I've played in my day, but not on stream. And Flame in the Flood, we wanted to play that on stream. These are games I've never played. Betula, I want to play that on stream. One Night Stand, I want to play that on stream. Bad Dream Coma, we want that on stream. Hero Hours Contract, we set it up and never played it. Want to play that on stream. So how am I going to do that if I'm playing Pokemon all the time? That's the problem. You play a lot of chess. Exactly, chess. You see, some of these, and this is a really great talking point as well. The Gardens Between, the Bad Dream Coma, these are more indie games that are more narrative driven, and I love indie games. I've interviewed some indie game developers on stream. We're going to do more of that. I love indie games because of that smaller scope. You can actually finish the game. You don't have to spend a year trying to find everything. You can finish the game and you can say, that was good. Like when you go to the cinema and watch a film, it doesn't have to go on for 9 hours. But with a game, if it's over in 2 hours, you go, oh, it's a bit short. What's going on here? Well, actually, I think we need a paradigm shift. I think it's great that Pokemon takes like 100 hours. I think that's great. But also, I think it's great that you can play a game like, I was going to say Dark Souls. No, you can't. That's 150 hours. But Moonlighter, you know, I can play it through to completion. 40 hours, 50 hours, you know, fair amount of gameplay through to completion. But also, we've also got games that only took like an hour, 2 hours. And Firewatch was about 4 or 5 maybe. It's the way I play. But are complete stories, and you can feel complete at the end and say, well, that was interesting. I think something now, or I don't think, or whatever. But I feel differently. It's got a story to it. It's interesting. So I like those games as well for not going on forever. I don't want every game to last forever. With Moonlighter, we did a review where I said it was good that it ended, and then I realised afterwards that it does New Game Plus and new. You know, I don't want that. I did the DLC. I'm happy enough. It's finished. I don't need to go and some games you want to go back and do. You know, it's giving you that offer. Moonlighter is New Game Plus. A lot of them now seem to feel that they need to have that like infinite. You know, we're going to update every 6 months. We're going to do loads of DLC, and we keep. But also, how am I going to play all these other games if I'm not allowed to leave? So I'm actually happy when some games finish and when you can say, that was really good. I'm glad I was the Dragonborn. I'm glad I killed that dragon. I don't need to go and pick those mushrooms anymore. I'm not harvesting any more snowberries. Leave me alone. But at the same time, I think this chess aspect is really critical and key as well. If you're making Splatoon, it needs to be chess. If you're making Splatoon 3, it needs to be like the mechanics of that player versus player need to be as solid, as replayable, as dependable. You know, not make you cross because, oh, I feel cheated, but solid mechanics. And then that game will run forever, like chess. Arceus is different, so I get why they're giving us these targets and tallies. Yeah, so that's my talk about all that. That's my feelings about that. Yesterday, I felt like, bad Pokemon game. You're stealing my time when I need to be doing other things, and you're going to ruin my life if I spend too much time playing Pokemon, because I need to edit and I need to make streams fun and I need to bring things up and, you know, keep things moving. And if I could be a Pokemon streamer for the rest of my life and only stream Pokemon and like try really hard to drive my wedge into that niche, but I don't want to, so I'm not going to. So naughty Pokemon. And then after that, I picked it up later and did a bit more grinding, and I was like, yeah, I still love you. You know, it is a really good game. It is a really good game. So the things we need to complete on stream still are the story mode. It's in there. We haven't finished the story mode. Oh, you got a free subby. You got a free subby from the old Snippy Snips. The young Snippy Snips. We still need to finish. Snippy Snips is one of our Ganji Puko warriors. And so are you now. So are you. I still need to finish this story mode. I still need to do all the little chores for all the people in the town. That's happening on stream. And I've been saying on stream, I'm going to do the grind off stream, and I'll just bring you the photos and the updates. So that's what's happening in today's stream. We've covered what I wanted to cover, the big talk. We've done looking at the games that we're moving up to, which is Consider It tomorrow, either on YouTube or on Twitch, or on both. I don't know. Graveyard Keeper is the next game that we're going to move on to. I want to look at it. It's somewhere in the middle, I think, of being just right length and taking up a bit of your time. I don't know. We're just going to look at it because I'm the grave kipper, and I've decided anything with the word grave in it is going to be up for consideration. So we're going to have a look at that. You know, that should be fun, shouldn't it? Kukiyomi, Consider It. That's something we're doing. So there are next two, you know, lined up. And with that in mind, we're playing Pokemon. We're going to play Pokemon one day a week at least. At least. But in terms of devoting my life, and also in terms of the big edit and the big review, I think I might edit what I've just said there into a bit of a video, and try and get some of the other stuff from, like, trying to edit this chuffing Pokemon review. It's like trying to climb Everest. It's huge. There's so much to say about everything. And I'm not even the authority and the person to say it. And it doesn't even matter, because by the time I get the review finished, the new game will be out. So like, I think for me and us on stream, it is better that we play these shorter, artier games like the Firewatch style games, because I can actually make a video about it. You know, I can actually say something about it that's not 5 hours long. I mean, all I've done today is just talk about my feelings about Pokemon up to now, and we've done an hour and 14 minutes. I mean, how are we ever... Which is brilliant. Bear in mind, that's brilliant. That's a really good thing about Pokemon. I'm sure there's so much here that, you know, your committed Pokemon creator can make videos on for years to come. That's not going to be me. It's weird, isn't it? The best things about the game are also turning out to be some of the more negative things. What do you want? A talented Survey Corps member. That's me. That's me. It's talking about me. I recognise my name when it comes up in conversation. Although they didn't use my name because they're not respectful. I've got a favour. Oh, really? It's not like I've just saved the world, is it? Bear in mind, at this point, I'm up to level 9, nearly level 10. Oh, come on. Can't somebody else do it now? Can't I get an apprentice? You know, Oriboro Tunnel, yeah. Yes, I do know. The tunnel near Obsidian Falls. I've been through that a whole number of times, beating up Machops, which felt really bad because those Machops are only little, and I had to smash them up. I'm hoping to dig into the tunnel walls to see if I can find any good stone. But there's a Pokemon been raging about and getting in my way. It's more than I can handle. Listen, mate. In this world, it's pokey eat pokey. It's pokey poke pokey world here. It's a pokey poke pokey world. And if you can't handle it out there, you shouldn't be out there. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Isn't it? Isn't it? It's a pokey poke pokey world out there. It's a dangerous world. I was laughing at the start of this. I was talking to people at the start of this whole experience, and they were saying to me, watch out for the dangerous Pokemon. And I was laughing and saying, Pokemon are no danger to me. I'm a Pokemaster. But I have seen, I mean, let's be fair, I've seen God. I've got a Pokemon in that pasture that would scare the weasels out of you, mate. It would scare the weasels out of you. So if you're worried about a Pokemon, don't bother. Just get a different job, mate. Get a different job. Do you think I could calm it? Oh, I could calm it down for you. I could do that. That's an option, isn't it? I could do that. Maybe I could do it. Yeah, go on then. Thanks. Please head to the tunnel once you're ready to cut. I wonder if it's like a boss fight. Digging for tomorrow. More chores. Never going to end, is it? I died a few times, yeah. I did die a few times, but most of my deaths, either boss deaths, they're fine, but the worst times of deaths were I fell off a mountain, or I was flying my bird and I pressed the button and I stopped flying my bird and I landed on the floor and I'm dead. That's happened to me a few times. But in terms of Pokemon kicking my ass, I'm pretty adept at getting on my horsey and just chuffing, running for it. But I did laugh in their faces when they said there were dangerous Pokemon out there. Because look, they're little... You know, look at that thing in the corner. Oh, no, I'm in a cutscene. I trust you enjoyed yourself at the festival. What festival? Sure did. Did they? Oh, they threw a party for us saving the world, didn't they? Apparently. I haven't seen any of it. No cutscenes for me. That only seems natural given the crowd. No animations for me. I believe last night was the first time I've caught a glimpse of you making merry, Captain. Oh, they're just telling me about it happening. Now, Professor Lavington, to business. No voice acting. I have to do it all. What's the current state of progress on the Pokédex? Oh, don't moan at me about the Pokédex. God. I mean, I've just told you about that. It takes ages. You're behind a little desk jockey, aren't you? You don't know. You're not out there in the field. Don't moan about the Pokédex. We're doing our best. We can afford to put more effort in. I've done 150 hours. More effort it takes. It's hard to know how far to go in pursuit of some reports. Certain Pokemon have only been mentioned in legends. Who knows if they're even real? They're going to be hard to grind, aren't they? With how little we know about its history and legends, it seems a tall order for us to tackle. Don't worry. No. I don't need anyone. I'm going to tell them. Don't worry. I don't know why Lavington's poo-pooing us. I've got it all in hand. I'm out there kicking ass. Oh, it's Volo. History and legends. He's your man. Or female, depending on how you feel about him. Because it looks quite androgynous. I'm going to call him a they. Why, I've spent plenty of time studying things. tirelessly doing work for the Ginkgo Guild. Visited many of the ruins and whatnot in the region already. I could teach you a thing or two about any Pokemon of legend. So wait, do I just not have to do it? Is he helping? She, they. I think Leventon, get him in. Get him in. Get that bag off his back. Her, theirs. Get that bag off their back. Get him in one of my outfits. Green. We're going in green now. Forget your blue outfits. We're green because Ganji cool. We're going in green and get him in. Get them, they, she, they. Get them in. Get them in. Put them in the team. Get them surveying on our behalf. Hopefully next time I come back to the game, some of these other ticks might be filled in. I can work together with Volo, okay? Meanwhile, we'll continue to gather intelligence. It's like being in the CIA. Understood. I'll set up at Heights Camp and I'll be expecting you. That's interesting. The researcher of myths. I bet it'll just lead to more things to find. Okay, off you go then, Volo. I'll black out and you disappear. Oh, there, it's all happened. But I've also got some progress to report, please. Thanks very much. Is that it? No more levels for me. Okay. I thought something else was going to happen because this was like, you know, the final cutscene that I haven't done, but it actually turns out that you know, I thought this was going to be a big like, because it was like there's going to be a festival in your honor, and I was like, I thought we were going to see that festival, and it was going to like, I've already done the credits, but I thought it was going to say like officially like, you know, well done. There's no end to the study of Pokemon, even if the Pokédex is complete. Don't know why he still gets the office. You went off your rocker, mate. You went off your screw. You started throwing accusations around, and you know. Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, where's the whole point in the festival and telling us it's going to happen is to excite us for it. They don't just cut that. They, like you said, laziness or time, whatever. Maybe the amount of space on a cartridge, whatever it is. They said we could put that in. We've written it. We're just not going to bother. So instead of doing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet or what have you, just finish this. Take a bit more time to put more into this. It could have been so much more. In the same way as people are raving about Elden Ring, I think this is very like Elden Ring, this game. This could have been the 10-10-10. It was so close. There's so much good. And then, oh, I can't get off there. Oh, okay. And then they just sort of like cheapen it in little ways, which is a shame. It's a shame. Because I do love it. And I thought they would have something to say. Look, you're not getting any work done, are you? He's still carrying the chuffing wood. You're supposed to be carrying the wood, you chuffer. That's what we've got you for. That's why you've been enslaved by us Poke Masters. You should be carrying the wood. He should be... Oh, let him have a break. At least make the tea. You're not even making any tea. Chuffing. Waste of time catching that was. Caught that for you. It's a waste of time. Been saying creep and grind. Yeah. Do you know what? Right? I'm not allowed to write creep, and nor are you. Have you seen that? That's why I had to call it creak and grind. But creak is more grave kippery. Creak, the creak of the grave. Creak of the coffin. So now we're a creak and grind. I creep and grind. Creep around everywhere. Throw me Pokeballs. But Twitch won't let us use the word. Because it's bad words. Bad words. So I'm going to allow it. I'm allowing it. Creep and grind. And creep and grind. I can't believe that's... Where's all me, you know, it's the end of the game, we got the credits, and then he's just like, Volo's going to help. I thought there was going to be lots more to do. There's not really, though, is there? I've got some tasks that I can clear off while we're here. Creep and grind. Oh, I like it. Cripper. Grave Cripper. Is a Cripper, that's a gang in America, isn't it? It's not okay with the Crips, is it? Oh, there's more story. God. Never ending. Finished James' Pokédex. Let's have a look. Well, he thinks I've finished it, yeah? But I haven't. It's a bit of a funny story. I have actually, in terms of Pokédex, I have. But I've still got to see it, like... I'll show you in a minute. We'll do an evolution party as well. Oh, I went into detail. Yeah. Oh, he loves it. Ugh. Oh, show me those pictures. Ooh. Can I borrow it? It changes form when the sun's hidden. I guess I didn't see it evolve. I just saw that change in action. Now I know what helps you to have the survey core working. Yep, absolutely. Get back to your work. Yep, now that you've finished thinking about Pokemon, don't worry your little head. Get back to digging that field. You don't have to, because I've given you Pokemon that work for us. So you don't have to do anything really. Just get back to standing there with that. Get back to that. No one need worry. This thing's working through the night. No one need worry. But yeah, I mean, Pokédex and Cherim, like, what's he on about? I'm telling you. A, B, C, D, E, F, Cherim. A, B, C, it'll be under C, won't it? Look, it's not finished. I haven't defeated any of them. I haven't caught them during daylight hours. I've only caught one. Yeah, I've seen it use Petal Dance 15 times, so you get up to level 10, but it's not finished. I can't hand that in and say it's finished. You know, come on. Come on. Don't know why you were so happy with that. I'm not. I've got more things to do around here. People need me for things around here. They need me to give them salt and yams, and they're like, do they not realise? And this is something I do worry about. Do they not realise that I am quite... Look, 4 sand radishes, they're handy, I've got them. Do they not realise I'm busy? I've just been speaking with God, I've got these huge Pokemon, and they're like, can you fetch me some sand radishes? Can I fetch you some sand radishes? Absolutely. A mystery gift code if you want it. What's that mean? Does that mean I can't complete it unless I've got some mystery gift code? That would be the power of disappointment for me. I haven't got Pokemon any other version as well, because I understand there's a Pokemon you get if you played a previous game. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to get the previous game, so I can get that. Don't worry. You know, if it's a special code, don't worry. Thank you for the offer. Thank you. Maybe, yeah, I'll say, yeah, you know, I'm not going to be ungrateful. But also, I'm not going to, like, if I can't have certain things because I can't have them, I can't have them. I have to accept it. Whatever's in the game, I will complete. But if it's asking me to go and buy something else or do something else, like in the real world, I'm a bit like, hang on. Like, don't start, like, I understand that you have to have played Shiny Pearl or something to get one. I'm prepared to not have that. I'm not going to go and spend another load of money to have a save on a different... Fine. Look, he's not even angry with him, really. 3 sand radishes. I've got the sand radishes, mate. Of course you can have them. But I shouldn't be doing this running around. There's a mystery gift menu. You just need the pass... Ooh. Because I don't know what it is, I'm going to say thanks, and I don't know. I've got an email if you want to send it on the email, but like I don't know. I'll just write the email thing, and if you, I'm going to say thank you. I have no idea what I'm thanking you for, really, though. So, we use this for all things like internet-based. In terms of, you know, if people want to send me messages on the internet, use a bit of that. Leave it in chat. No one's going to steal it. Well, I hope not. I mean, I don't know how it gets stolen. We do have to copy and paste it. They copy, cut and paste, and it's gone. Hackers. They cut it. I've given him 3 sand radishes, and I don't know how to use the code though, so I'll have to look into it. And as I've said, I've got quite a lot of things to do in the Poke world and in the real world. They're pickled. They make for a lovely... You know, I don't care what you think of the radishes, mate. Frankly, I'm just staggered that you're having me running back and forth to the shop for radishes. Now you're going to go and have a chat with him. Good. I've blacked out. He's disappeared. Happens all the time. Go back to report to Choi. So sometimes it blacks me out and it takes me there, and sometimes it blacks me out and I have to run there. But we're on a chuffing... Bear in mind, we've saved the world. We've saved the world. Yeah? Open your bag menu. It's on the 3rd tab. Like that. Mystery gifts. Connect to the internet. Get with code password. I'm doing it. I mean, I'm going to type that in. This is probably the most naive thing. I mean, I'm trusting you, bear in mind, right? I'm trusting you. So if I type that in, it wipes my game. Then I will find it incredibly funny. You're not allowed to use I or O there. Not allowed to use I or O. They look too much like numbers. J 2 4 7 M Mbappe P B E and P and P B 2601 2601. Thanks very much. Verifying. I don't even know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. There's a possibility you could have hacked me and Piplup's gift. Thank you. Thank you. Again, I don't even know what it is. Ooh. Has this come from you off the internet? Cheeky. Look at a little cheeky. Piplup. Check the village pastures. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's lovely. I'm disconnected from the internet now. Okay. Thank you very much. That Piplup is probably like the it's Thank you. Thank you. Went to a Pokemon Center. What's a Pokemon Center? Like, do you have like shops that are just Pokemon based? Heavy going. It's bigger than I thought. Is konnichiwa? That's hello, isn't it? Really, konnichiwa. I need to know what thank you is. Hang on. Konnichiwa. I think it might be begin with an O. Thank you. Oh yeah, that's it. I can say that really easily. Arigato zaimasu. Arigato zaimasu. Arigato gozaimasu. Arigato gozaimasu. I think. Arigato. Do you say arigato? You don't have to have the bit at the end. You don't need zarimasu. Who's saying that these days? The kids these days, they just say arigato. Just say that. Arigato. So there we go. Trying to do the right pronunciation, so not arigato. I know that in Japan you don't words have vowels on the end, so like Scott, which is like my first name really, would be Scotto because you wouldn't want the t, just the end, you want the O at the end. So we've still got story modes. Wait. What I need to do is I need to check my missions and requests. Because I've got all these that I can... all these to do as well. All of these. All these to do. Oh my days. And I said all of this has got to... all of this has got to be done on stream. So there's a lot to do. That Piplup learns to move Roost. No other Piplup can learn it. Wow. We've got a super new Piplup. I'd better give it a name. What do you want to call it? Because all our best Pokemon have got names. Honestly. Right, where's my favourite Pokemon? Here, over here. We've got this one. It's called Tortola, like from Hearthstone. Tortola, preserve us. And that's Big Knives, because he's got big knives for hands. And we've got another one called Knives for Hands. And that's Stanny. And that's Baked. Potjammer. Okay. So they've all got names, my best ones. And it helps me, because otherwise I'm calling them like the Big Catty, or the big, you know, the big, whatever, the Big Catty. I think I did catch a Piplup once. Just once, to keep in my special pasture. Wait. Is it just under the ace? Where's my chat window? Where's my chat window? Move, check summary, change. It won't let me change his name. Change name. It won't let me change his name. He's not letting you. He won't let you. Let's move it. Look, here we are. Look. That's the old one. I'll change that one's name to Rubbish. How about that? Look. Rubbish. Rutter. Alright, now I can't see the bees. No. It's down here somewhere, isn't it, the bee? There, yeah. Rubbish. Just call that one Rubbish. So now we know. This is the right... That's the one. That's the one. And that one's Rubbish. I'm going to have to get that up to 99 now. It's a shame we can't rename it, but I have to get it up to level 99. There's another thing for me to do. When I've got a special Pokemon, you have to get them to 99. Someone said, why would you want to get a Bidoof to 99? But you can, so I'm going to. You know, it just never ends. And some of these tasks are now out in the field that I wanted to get cleared off. They're out in the field. Oh, no. I thought we'd get everything cleared off in town today. But for some reason, they're out in the field. A nose pass. Where's Gully? If I just turn it off and then look at my map, and I've got that flag in there, haven't I? So remove the flag and then we'll go back to it. All these to do. I've completed the Pokédex things for some of these so that I can show them to them. Oh, let's do the evolutions. We'll finish with the evolutions, Finish with the evolutions, because these streams are not supposed to go on for more than 2 hours. Because although people do like streamers who stream for hours and hours, I find that if we upload it to YouTube and it's more than 2 hours long, no one's ever going to watch it, and then it's like our time has disappeared. So, evolution party, please, Marie. It's time for the evolution party, Marie. I've been saving the evolutions for you. I've been saving them for you on stream. We've got all these EVs to do. We're not doing them today, but I've been saving them. Look, here we are. All these. So let's select out our squad. Get rid of you. And let's chuff in something that we need to evolve. Too many at one time, you chuffer. Keep up the good work. Should be able to evolve them in the pasture, I think. Maybe you can. Let's go. All of these. I could split up on YouTube. I can't be bothered. And the amount we stream, you know, we'll be back on again tomorrow. So on YouTube, I've got edit channels. Yay! Look at your big hands. They're actually your tail. On YouTube, we've got edit channels. Check this out. Check this out. We've got Ganji Kid. That's every stream we ever do. Uploaded raw and also live stream on YouTube sometimes in the daytimes. Then we've got Ganji Cuts. That's random chuff like we're doing. Fun stuff. Edited for a YouTube channel. We've got Ganji Arts, which is where we do a proper review. You know, like a proper review. And we talk about how it makes us feel and the proper arts. And then we've got Mental Health Monday. Every Monday we do Mental Health Monday, 8 PM GMT on Twitch. And we do a mental health broadcast about stuff. You know, we talk about mental health. We make that into videos. I edit that every week. Make sure that we get that up every week. And we make a YouTube channel there. So yeah, I do cut some stuff up. But what I'm not very good at is making a sort of half-hour episode on stream so that it makes it easy for me to make a half-hour edit. Mental Health Monday works like that. I do it for an hour, 2 hours, and I say, like, you know, we can't keep talking for more than 2 hours because when we edit it, it'll get out of hand. But it makes we can make some edits there. I know how to do it. I know that I've got it. You know, we're pushing towards it. At the moment with Pokemon, it's turned into just hours and hours of streams, like loads of them, and I can't edit them. I just can't. I can't go through 10 hours of footage and start editing on a day when I'm supposed to be streaming as well. So we're going to find our pace. We're going to find our pace and our rhythm. And like I was saying earlier today, it's all about time, isn't it? So I think that's about playing smaller games in shorter chunks and getting a bit of an edit out of them. What we've done today, we can certainly edit something out of that and make a sort of, 30-minute thing. And if I don't go on too long, that's fine. But if I now go on for another 2 hours, like let's say we do that, and then we upload it to YouTube, even in half-hour chunks. Like I've got 5 videos to upload then, and we're already making more content. So it's just about time, isn't it? It's about time balance. And I think, I don't know about you, but I don't think any of us can watch 6 hours a day of our favorite, even if it's our favorite streamer. 6 hours plus is getting on for, we've got things to do. What if you miss an episode? How'd you catch up? There's only a certain number of hours in a day, so I don't know. We'll do the evolution party, and then we're going to come back and play more in these shorter chunk sessions, absolutely. But I don't think I'll ever be a 10-hour streamer, Because if you want 10 hours, you go and look at that YouTube channel and you can watch like 1 million hours. Look at him, he's got his spoon. They've got the spoon. Why have they got a spoon? Let's evolve it. We need it for the Pokédex. It's got a spoon. But I know what you're going to turn into now. A big fearsome cereal eater. Apparently these are asleep. Look at his eyes. It's got a spoon. So what's a spoon for? Urigella. Is it? I did hear in the news that Urigella tried to sue Pokemon because of a Pokemon that was based on him. And I thought, don't be ridiculous. But really, it's got a spoon and it's a psychic. Yeah, I get it. Funny, because obviously that was fake. So is it a fake psychic? Because Urigella is a fake. Wow. It's got a spoon. I thought it's because it wanted its breakfast. Because it was asleep and it woke up and it had cereal. Let's evolve the Machop. I know what it's going to turn into, but I need it for the Pokédex. I like to see how a little thing like that can go big, though. It's interesting, isn't it? Incredible Hulk. Don't make me angry. You won't like me anymore. That's Big Chuffer, wrestling themed. Until it gets one more evolution up and you start to get out of wrestling theme and into duck face, which is weird. As far as I'm concerned, it's a little bit strange to have that. This is just the evolution party we're doing. We've still got loads more. What I do find interesting is when you evolve them, that counts as something you've got. Like, it counts on the Pokédex as caught. So you don't have to catch some Pokemon. You can just evolve them if you want. Fair play. I mean, I've got so much to do otherwise. I'm glad you give me a little sneaky workaround like that, but I need to see these 3 Chasneys evolve. Let's see what we get. I've got a feeling I know what we're going to get, but let's see what we get. I've never seen a Chasney evolve in real life, so let's see. Ooh. Yeah, it's that thing, isn't it? A Blissey. Yeah, a Blissey. Fair enough. Got the idea for a move. Never going to see its move because I've got Blisseys, mate. I've got 6 Blisseys, alphas. Let's evolve it. Once we've done all this, I promise you, at the end of all this, at the end of all the collecting, all the evolving, all of the shinies and all of the alphas, I will release every Pokemon. Upon completion, I will release every Pokemon because they deserve to live natural lives in the wild. You know, they don't need people like us forcing them to do labour or keeping them in a pasture. They deserve to live natural lives in the wild. Just the same respect and rights that I would give to any other human being, any other animal deserves, I believe. You know, apart from, you know, obviously it doesn't have the right to drive a vehicle. Yuri Chuffingella, I can't get over that, the spoonbender. Pokemon Moses, I'll lead them out into the... I'll be leading them out into the desert, or to the promised land. To the promised land. Poke Jesus, ASMR Jesus. Oh, that one's a Vespi Queen. I've seen that before, so I knew that was coming. And evolve the Machop. Machop and change, don't you? Machop and change. Machop and change, because it's evolving, so. Just one little joke. There you go. Get rid of that. So, thanks very much. And I've got to do this. You know, it never ends, mate. It never ends. Does it? Never ends. Evolution party, mate. Get them back in there. I'll have that. These over this side, these are not evolution party. They're just overspill from my alphas and my favourites. And that was the party I was running with. So we've just got one more Machop in the evolution party. But I save them for stream, don't I? I save them for stream for you. And that's when we do these things like Blissey and what was it? The bees. That will complete our Pokédex entry for... let's take Machop, for example. Or the bees, combi, because I'm here. ABC. ABC. There. Look. One more evolution of a bee. And I need to see it leap out of trees just another 7 times. But we're completing the evolution is like the icing on the cake at the end, isn't it? That's what I'm doing here, so... no, I've already taken them out, mate. I'm ready to evolve them. Let's go. I just think it'd be better if you could evolve them en masse, maybe now. After I've done a few of these. We need mass evolution or something. And I've never used any of these. Like, you're supposed to give them all these things. We've got to do a stream where we give them all the items. Because I've got like 80 sunstones and... You know, I've got all sorts of items. Hoarding all the items, mate. And the Machop, here we go. Evolution party, I thank you very much. Thank you very much for your company. It's been nice knowing you, little Machop. Let's see what you turn into. Oh, a frightening beast of a Pokemon with bitey teeth. I'm glad that when it evolves its next stage, it loses those teeth and it develops a duck bill, because that's less offensive, isn't it? Less scary. But there you go. So that should mean H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P A-B-C-D-F-G H-I-J-K-L-M Machoke. Look, Machoke is done. Perfect. 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 Done. Complete. Perfect. So that means... That doesn't mean it's finished. That doesn't mean it's finished, mate. That doesn't mean it's finished. What that means is that when I go out into the field, I've got more chance of seeing a shiny Machop, whatever they are. I've got more chance of seeing a shiny one. So now I have to run around them all again, another few hundred times until the shiny one pops out and I grab it. And if I don't grab it, I've got to do it all again. So it's a never end. It never ends, you know. It never ends, does it? In a good way. In a good way. I'd buy that for a kid and I'd be like, you enjoy that. You're not going to have another game for another 2 years. And they'd be like, I want a new game. And you're like, no, you don't. You haven't finished Pokemon, so shut up. I can't do the last bit, just the first bit, but that gets the ocarina of approval. That gets the ocarina of approval. And there, as if to ice our cake, is a still image of my face captured by the battery running out on the camera. An hour and 48. You've had your chunk of grave kipper for the evening. You've had your chunk of kipper. We are coming back tomorrow on that YouTube channel in the day at about 3 p.m. GMT to play this new game. This new game. Kukiyomi 2. Consider it. Take things into consideration. Consider this. It's Japanese and it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be interesting, different, and unique. We're going to play that and have some conversations about it on YouTube tomorrow at about 3 p.m. GMT. And then we're on to Graveyard Keeper this weekend. We're having a good blast of Graveyard Keeper this weekend on Twitch. A few, 2-hour streams, 3-hour streams. A good blast really kick the doors in and see what it's about. I'm not making any promises about the longevity of it. Like I did promise with Pokemon, we'll catch everything and you'll see the entire story. That's been promised, that's been achieved. Well, we haven't caught everything yet, but you know, I will be back to catch once weekly. I'll be back to show you Pokemon. Probably, well, why not do it on a Thursday like we've done today? Weekly Thursday Pokemon streams, and you know, I need to create that variety. I need to keep the variety rolling. So you be good, my little puckos. You be good. It's now coming up to 7 in the afternoon in the UK, so that's a bit of tea time for me, a bit of dinner time. It's about time I took that dog for another walk here about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You never know. I could come on later to do some creep and grind. I'm not promising it. I'm not promising anything. No promises. You know, I'm fed up of making promises in this life that I can't fulfill. You promised you'd be here, and then I was here, and I was here, and I was you. All right, so I'm Gravekeeper, and you've been good, and if you can't be good, then you're naughty.